Morning, gentlemen. I thought I'd throw a video together for you just as a bit of an explanation of what I'm posting, just to try and give you a few more details, as well as I'm going to put some links up on the classroom just so that you guys get some other options for cycling. I think it would be probably a good time to set up some sort of group event, and I thought my thought would be the first one would be maybe as a group ride 200 kilometers. So the way in which you do this is that we would basically continue to use Strava. Everybody records their totals, and then we use our totals to add up to 200 kilometers. It's kind of a takeoff on the Great Cycle Challenge, a fundraiser that was done in August for kids with cancer. They raised money. They did a bunch of different events, but it was all virtual because of the current situation we're in. So just again, the details. Here's last week's leaders, for example. Looks like we have nobody who've ridden this week yet. One of the reasons I wanted to start this week is because we're supposed to get some really nice weather towards the end of the week. You don't usually get in November, 14s, 15s, and I think 16s and 17s even into the weekend. So it may give you an opportunity to get out and get some kilometers in. The distance total. So you'll see here, even without setting up much in the way of specific goals, is we're pushing what are we at, 140ish, 135, 140, and that's without even setting anything up. So there's another one. Caledon launched a virtual road trip across Caledon. I think it's kind of an interesting idea, but we could certainly aim for 200 this time. See how it goes. If we can get it done in a week or something like that, maybe then we look towards going between 2 points, like maybe a bike ride from Ottawa to Toronto and that distance, or maybe we ride across Ontario, or we start eventually do the cross Canada ride. So starting in Halifax and finishing in Victoria with that incredible distance. Okay, so it would be something we look forward, just keep us active. If we have any questions about indoor training, fire me any emails. Okay, if you're using an exercise bike or if you did get into an indoor trainer, those on Peloton, you guys will have actual built-in programs. We can even do a FaceTime ride or a Zoom ride when we're all together, doing something online and sitting in our homes. But we can build out a workout that way. I also am going to link a couple of YouTube channels that are pretty top end cycling type things. The Global Cycling Network has lots of good information on it, lots of good videos. They also have a racing channel. So if you're looking to get into or looking for a little bit of information on global cycling racing, I think that's what it's called. GCN puts out a weekly show, I think, and it's pretty informative, and they got lots of teaching stuff. Trainer Road is another one that has they have an excellent podcast. Actually, I was just listening to it just now. They've got a lot of interesting stuff going on, and they also put together a bunch of videos for all kinds of different events. Okay, they're a mix of mountain bikers and road cyclists and cross country cyclists, so like all kinds of stuff. And then Red Bull Bike is Red Bull tends to be a little bit more towards the extreme end, but there's lots of it has its own channel. It televises a lot of different races, but mostly in mountain and downhill and things like that. So it tends to be a little quicker, a little bit more aggressive. Whereas a long distance road cycling race might be 6 hours. Some of these might be only a handful of minutes. Okay, and then they also have the regular mountain bike races that are a couple hours long. So there's lots of different options there. I'm going to post it all in the classroom. Okay. Feel free to ask me any questions. All right. Even if you want me to build you an indoor workout, a lot of the indoor trainers actually have apps and things like that if you're not on a Peloton. And there's also some versions of Peloton that are not officially sanctioned. And we can put together, and we could use those, or we could also look to create our own program. So I thought I'd post this with a little explanation. If you have any questions, feel free, email me anytime, or even post here on the classroom. You should be able to do that, or on the Strava feed. If you go on the cycling, where it's great, there's a spot where you can just post. Here it is, posts. So there's a spot where you can just post something up there. I was looking at adding a club event, but they tend to be more location driven and outdoor rides. If I find a way to do it, on virtually, I'll let you know. Okay, hope all is well, guys, and feel free to check in anytime.